Today we'll be discussing our hydrogen fuel cell project for Dr. Patki's measurement lab. The team members are Logan Albritton, Trevor Bro, Daniel Chavez, Kyle Robinson, and Christopher Spell. So the first fuel cell did not come around until 1839 when it was invented by William Robert Grove. However, it did not have a big commercial use until NASA later used it about a century after that. It was used to power satellites and space capsules. Now, there are many different types of fuel cells, but ours will be the one that uses the proton exchange membrane. And one very interesting fact is that fuel cells and batteries are different in that a battery has everything it needs to create its energy inside of the battery. However, a fuel cell needs an external source to react with to have its chemical reaction. The students will familiarize themselves with the hydrogen fuel cell and in doing so grasp a better understanding of hydrolysis. And finally, we will determine the efficiency at the end of the project to know the efficiency of the hydrogen fuel cell.
So this is the whole process of the experiment. In the first picture, it shows filling up the tank with water, and that water was pumped into the first hydrogen fuel cell. And in the second picture, on the left side of the water tank, you can see a blue clamp, which was unclamped. And as you can see in the third picture, we brought it outside to produce the hydrogen. And once the hydrogen was produced and forced the water in the middle tank all the way up to the top, the second clamp was released to go into the second hydrogen fuel cell. Once the water was in the second hydrogen fuel cell, it produces a current and voltage which powers the fan at the end. Hydrogen fuel cells use a process called electrolysis. Hydrogen is extracted from deionized water through electrolysis. As you can see in the formula on the screen, it shows that the hydrogen and oxygen splits. The hydrogen gas is captured and used as a fuel cell. So as you can see here are our results. On the left table, it shows that the whole process outside only took 25 minutes. We are averaging a solar irradiance around 130. On the table on the right was how long the fan ran. As you can see, it lasted 40 minutes, producing a current around 0.04 every time. And also the voltage was around 0.588. This table shows that our power in was around 4.15 and our power out was around 0.02 watts throughout the whole deal. And our efficiency was always around 0.57 and 0.70. The overall efficiency for the experiment was calculated by using the following formulas.
In this experiment, the following formulas were used. Our solar panel measured 2 by 5 centimeters with a total of 4 cells. To calculate the efficiency, we first convert the area of our solar panel from centimeters to meters. Next, in order to determine the power coming into the solar panel, we multiply the irradiance of the sun by the solar panel's area. Power out is current times voltage in our system. In order to determine these values, a multimeter and an ammeter were run in parallel in series and the wiring set up respectively. These two devices allowed us to read the current and voltage over our desired time interval. Lastly, to determine the efficiency, we divided the power out by the power in.
To increase efficiency, we must have a stronger PEM. After 2 days spent in the lab, the group learned that the second fuel cell was not wet enough to produce enough power for the fan. And overall, we really enjoyed getting some hands-on experience designing an experiment and carrying it out with the hydrogen fuel cell. Alright, in conclusion, we successfully created a hydrogen fuel cell through the use of electrolysis, and were able to calculate the overall efficiency of the system.